Morning everybody, Pokemon news time, and we're going to get into a couple of cool stories here, including an unannounced Pokemon game having been leaked into the game itself is not leaked, but information about one being in development currently has, and we're going to have a look at exactly what that was, what's going on there. We're also going to look at Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta, an update for a lot of people who may have missed it in my last video. I'll get to that in a sec, and there's a lot more to go through as well. Let's get into it right now. So starting right off the bat, here's the Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, I did cover this in my last Pokemon news, but that Pokemon news didn't do too well, so I think a lot of you people watching right now may have missed it. Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta are coming to Japan a month earlier than the Korean thing that we actually were talking about before in a previous video. So it looks like we're going to be able to get the codes here. Well, I am going to be able to get the codes here in Japan and sort out the giveaway much earlier than anticipated. In fact, before Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl come out. This is going to be going live on the 22nd of October. Okay, so that's just like right around the corner. It's actually October for me now, so in 22 days, I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to get myself a couple of codes for Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta, and we're going to organize a giveaway for this first, maybe as soon as we get them, I guess. We'll see how the files work and all that stuff, so we'll get to that, and I will let you know and update you, and of course, we'll do the video like usual. So guys, if you're new and you don't know about this from the last video, drop that sub, hit that like as well, and stick around. You'll be able to get yourself a quick Zacian and Zamazenta shiny. It looks like they come holding the shield and the sword as well, so you can change their forms. It does say that down here. So that's going to be that. All I have to do is go into the shop and show them my home screen with Pokemon Sword and Shield actually in there. Hopefully just having one game will do to get both, but either way I will get both of them because I'll just buy the second game if I need to. It's fine. It'll be worth it for you guys. So hopefully you'll see a lot of you guys for that giveaway there. Next up is the unreleased, unannounced Pokemon game that they are overseeing in the Pokemon Company International. Now, this is a post from an employee of the Pokemon Company International from, what was it called? That old website for business? LinkedIn. That's the one that nobody uses. So here we go. They posted this with all the experience that they're doing and all this junk, and he currently is working there since 2020. He's currently working there, and he posted this, overseeing internal development of an unannounced Pokemon game, which, as we know, dude, we've already known there's a couple of games out there that are currently announced, and that is of course Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl coming next month, and Arceus Legends Arceus coming next year, and that's it. That's all we know. But of course we are expecting Gen 9 at some point, and when's that? Well, you know, as we know from the leaks of like the development stuff and betas and all that stuff for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, other previous games, even Sword and Shield, and Let's Go, Pokemon Let's Go and all that, we know that they're in development a long time, way before they're actually released and announced. So it's highly likely that they're actually already starting somewhat development of Gen 9. It's actually more likely that they're quite thoroughly through a lot of development for Gen 9 already, if we assume they're going to be releasing it maybe late next year. So they have a lot of work going on right now in Game Freak. It's definitely going to be Game Freak who spearheads it, because it's been Game Freak for every mainline gen, and we know Game Freak are handling Legends Arceus, which I think is interesting. So how much work, like what kind of workloads do they have right now, especially if they're working on the next mainline gen, which is kind of expected at some point soon, like next year, right? Late next year, at least. Well, we are getting a lot of new games, so I don't know. Will it be delayed for another year after that? It's possible, but I don't know if Pokemon can sustain anything from like the end of January, for example, by the time Pokemon Legends Arceus is done, all the way through to another year, to the end of next year. I don't think so. So this is highly likely Gen 9, guys. Very likely. Unannounced. So I'm hyped to see if any more things like this come out. You know, we cover all these leaks right on top of it, and there's a lot of sources that we can get them from. Speaking of Gen 9, it's possible we might getting something like this. This is a leak from a magazine. This might be Koro actually. I'm not sure. I didn't see the cover of it, but here we go. And here we see in the anime, Ash's Mega Lucario in action against a Gmax Machamp, and we see a couple of leaks from this here. This is obviously early release, and I mean, it's just interesting that we do have this clash of features in games that we've never experienced before, but it's in the anime. So Gmax versus Megas. We are like, it's odd. Could we get that in Gen 9? That's possible. It's wholly possible that they might be just exposing us to this concept first in the anime to try and test the waters and see how it goes. They might have it planned for Gen 9. Who knows? I mean, they might be sick of doing new gimmicks every time, and they might just try to mix it all up and see. Like, it's quite cool if that would be really cool if that's the case. I don't know though, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of Gmax because it's a little OP. It's just pretty much whoever gets the first Gmax and gets a buff out of it wins most of the time. It's kind of like that, but either way, a combination of it will definitely shake things up, getting Megas and all that stuff. And you know, what's the other one? The Z moves, all right, from Gen 7. So you know, if we can get all of the features all together, that could definitely spice things up a lot. But anyway, for anyone of you anime fans, this is the leak for that. Next up, earlier on, dude, Switch 2 was trending, and guess why? It's because Nintendo, the official company, Twitter, actually made a reply to some what they called fake news about a Switch 2 being in development, and that's on top of the OLED model. So we're gonna have a look at some things like that. Now, Bloomberg originally reported the 4K, much higher power Switch Pro, if you want to call it that. They did. That was a long time ago, and that was a blatant leak that Bloomberg did get access to and reported on in a number of articles. But as situations happen to have, Nintendo struggled to get some of the technology because there is a shortage of different parts, chips, and whatnot in the market at the moment. And Nintendo just did not go for that and did not create a fully fledged Nintendo Switch Pro. Instead, they went for the significantly downgraded OLED model, which was a huge disappointment to everybody. All right, so no more 4K and all that stuff. However, new news came out that it looked like Nintendo provided developers, including developers that never made games for the console before, they provided them with a 4K graphics development kit so that they can make games in 4K, which was speculated that that's going to be a run-up for another future release, perhaps 22 or 23, was quoted, by the way, from a Nintendo official, for a Nintendo Pro, okay? Nintendo Switch Pro. Now, there's a lot in the water here, but the problem here is Nintendo officially rejected that comment. They said a news report on September 30th falsely claims that Nintendo is supplying tools to drive games development for a Nintendo Switch with 4K support. To ensure correct understanding among our investors and customers, we're going to clarify that this report is not true. We also want to restate that, as we announced in July, we have no plans for any new model other than Nintendo Switch OLED model, which will launch on October 8th. So, there we have it, guys. They rejected it, but as we know as well, they also rejected things before, such as regarding the DS and other models of DS, and only to actually release the brand new model the following day, which was interesting. So here we have a repeat of this situation. Of course, they're not going to be releasing the HD 4K, whatever, next day or anything like that, but there was a stray comment which I'm struggling to find now from a Nintendo official who suggested we may have to wait until 22 or 23 for that. That was related to this. That was directly related to this story. I cannot find that quote right now, but I did see it earlier. So, I mean, there's a lot in the air about this. Again, Switch Pros and stuff. What do you make of it? True or false, huh? That's always a good game to play on this Nintendo Switch Pro, Switch 2 rumors. Alright guys, to finish it off, last story is this, the Pokemon Unite video. We just actually did that. I just put that up in the middle of the day time for me, Japan time, so a lot of you guys may not have seen it. But if you guys are interested in Pokemon Unite and you want to see some leaked footage and gameplay of Sylveon, as well as the cost and the release date and all its moves descriptions, you can check that video right there. I'm going to leave it in the window at the end of here, this video right here for your convenience. Guys, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a sub if you did enjoy this and like to stick around for more. We are on top of all of the news, so hopefully we'll see you guys around for some more videos, as well as those shiny Zacian and Zamazenta giveaways. They're going to be extremely popular. I'm probably going to do them for a 2-week as well. So just if you guys are worried about missing it or whatever, we're probably going to keep that up for 2 weeks as well. But currently, just FYI, we do have the all shiny Gmax, including the 2 non-shiny Gmaxes, which are the 2 different Urshifus and the Melmetal. Those cannot be shiny, but we are still including them in the giveaway. So the rest of the giveaways, the rest of the Gmaxes are of course shiny. If you want to get your hands on them, that is currently ongoing for 2 weeks. That started 4 days ago, so knock yourselves out. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys around in the next video. Thank you for watching this one, and don't forget to drop that like. And until then, have a good one. Bye!